Hey YouTube, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a first impressions video on a very, very special knife. As you can see, this is a Koenig box. We are looking at the Koenig Arius. It's not in the box, but I wanted to quickly show you what it ships with. So you've got this nice foam insert in this magnetic box with a piece of microfiber cloth that says Koenig on it and a couple of stickers in there. So pretty nice packaging, really, a presentation that is befitting this extremely impressive knife. There it is, the Koenig Arius. Now, before I get into the way I normally do these first impressions, just kind of a rundown of the features and then my initial thoughts, size and weight and initial thoughts, I do want to share a couple of things with you. First of all, huge shout out to Bennett, the viewer, who was willing to send this along. This is such an amazing knife and I'm just blown away by it. So for him to be willing to part with it for even a few days, I'm going to try to get this back to him as quickly as I can. I'll do my first impressions and then carry it around a little bit and see what I think and then send it back, and you'll see my review coming up. Anyway, thank you so much for being willing to lend me this knife for a little while so I can check it out. I am very, very extremely impressed. Now, let me give you just a little bit of background on this. This is, of course, made by Koenig knives. Initially, these were done by Millet Knives. So this is the Gen 2. Koenig took over manufacturing on their own. And by all accounts, they've been doing a fantastic job. Now, the designer on this is TJ Swartz, and he's done a number of really, really good knives. And I'll have more. I'm actually going to try to pull in a little bit more when we get to the full review about him, because he's got some pretty cool pieces on his resume. Let's go ahead now and kind of work through the features, and then we'll get a size and weight, and I'll give you my overall thoughts. So beginning with the blade, this is a drop point hollow ground blade with a DLC coating, and it's sort of got this cutout that extends into a fuller, which is really, really nice. This is available in non-DLC, and by the way, this is not always the case with knives like this, but in this case, there are more available on the website. You can go over there if you've got the money. This is an expensive knife, but if you've got the money, you can go over to the Koenig website and check this and pick one that you want. There's actually more than one model up there right now. This, of course, is the DLC with the carbon fiber and the milling. And guys, I've got to say, well, actually, let's just work through it. So the blade is going to be CTS XHP or 204P, and I really don't know which one it is because they use both, and I don't have any indication on the knife itself, at least none that I've found yet, of which one we're dealing with. This knife is pretty new still, and that DLC coating is in really, really nice shape. For my own purposes, if I was going to buy this knife, I wouldn't have gone with the DLC, but man, it's really, really nicely done. So DLC blade, hollow grind, and the hollow grind on this is really nice and thin. The blade stock on this is like 156 thousandths, but I do want to show you the edge dimension. I'm going to try to do this so that you can see it. And you've got about 22 thousandths there. And I think I'm pretty accurate. I'll be honest, guys, on the camera, like reaching around the tripod and stuff, it's hard to get this exact, but it's gonna be, see, now you see how it changed to 20 there, so 21. So very, very thin behind the edge though, which is gonna make this an outstanding slicer. You've got lots of blade here, so yeah, very impressed with this blade. The handle on this version, of course, is the carbon fiber with the titanium frame lock. Now they're all titanium frame locks, and you can see that nicely blue anodized backspacer. Very, very attractive. But what's cool about this knife is look at the milling on the titanium. And same is true on the carbon fiber, although you may or may not be able to see it on camera. Very difficult to pick up. You can certainly feel it with your fingers, and it does make this knife feel really, really nice in hand. You can see with the black blade, they've blacked out all the hardware, which is a very nice touch. Milled titanium clip. Now there's no internal milling, but being the carbon fiber version, this is pretty lightweight, guys. I've got to say, this is, yeah, as I pick it up and hold it, I'm like, yeah, this is really nice. So, any features that I missed? It does have a lock bar insert, as you would expect. It is a bearing pivot, again, as you would expect, and it is a very, very smooth one at that. The action on this is absolutely perfect. And that's just one of the areas, guys, that you will notice. This is an expensive knife, no question. And certainly the action is what you would expect on a knife at this price point. It is basically perfect. All right, let's go ahead and grab some measurements for you. So what do we got here? This guy is going to be pretty much exactly 8.5 inches overall, with a blade length of 3.5 inches and a handle length of 5 inches. Actually, it's just a teeny bit over. Yeah, it is just a teeny bit over, like 5 1/16. In terms of weight, now they list 5.5 ounces on the website, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be for the standard version. So we're going to take a measurement anyway, because there's more than a good chance that the carbon fiber version is going to weigh different. Yeah, look at that, 4.624 ounces. So you do save almost a full ounce by opting for the carbon fiber version of this knife, which I think is not only functional in saving you a little bit of weight, but very, very attractive. Let me give you a nice close look at that carbon fiber. Really, really well done. No voids. Just, yeah, impressive work on this carbon fiber. You can see the pivot pin there has got that little slot so that it doesn't spin on you. And there again is the milling on the titanium side. What are my overall thoughts on this knife? My initial impression? Well, honestly, guys, I am pretty blown away by this knife. The size is great. The attention to detail is great. The action is wonderful. They've got a little cutout here so that your finger has sort of a space to go when you flip the knife. Ergonomics on this are just fantastic initially. Obviously, I may have more to say about that when I get to a full review, but I've got to tell you guys, this thing is pretty impressive. And if you're looking at a high-end knife for 2018, you know, if that's in the cards for you, I would be looking heavily at this one. You know, I'm not going to get into all that right now. We'll do comparisons when I do the full review, but let me just say this. I think there are a lot of high-end knives out there that that wouldn't hold a candle to this, that I would say, yeah, buy this one instead of those. And that would be a pretty long list. Very, very impressed. Thanks for checking this out, guys. I hope you enjoy this. Let me know what you think of the Arius. I will say this, the design is a little bit different. The other thing I would say is go check out TJ Schwartz. He's got a number of interesting knives, something coming out from CRKT this year, as well as a few other collaborations. He's got a Brose Blades collab and a few others, so pretty exciting stuff. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will talk to you soon.